I'm going to tell you why Erik Ten Hag is definitely going to get a new contract at Manchester United next year. You're going to tell me why not. Oh, are you happy with Ten Hag? We're going to get into the pros and the cons and every reason why Ten Hag needs to stay at Manchester United. Is this a mistake from the football club in doing what they always do with managers? And you're going to tell me, if you're not happy with Ten Hag, why you're going to, well, why you think Ten Hag is the wrong fit for the new project possibly going forward. This is the United Vibe. I'm Adam. Get your comments in straight away, everyone. This is not a story that is breaking anywhere. If you're thinking, Adam, where have you dragged this one up from? What are we talking about here? I'm talking about the inevitable. I'm talking about what is happening at Manchester United and what has happened before and what we are about to see, because you know the reality. You know that Manchester United are going to offer Erik Ten Hag a new contract. I want to talk about why it's important that Erik Ten Hag is in situ for a little bit longer. I'm not saying that Ten Hag shouldn't get a contract. I'm saying Ten Hag deserves to keep his job at Manchester United. I'm saying he needs to be in situ for the foreseeable. But am I too keen on him getting a new contract just yet? This isn't just an individual stab at Erik Ten Hag from me. This is just the reality of how Manchester United deal with managers and the mistakes we've made before and the mistakes that we shouldn't be making again, even with Ten Hag and the success that he's brought this club within his first couple of seasons. When you look at it, Erik Ten Hag signed a 3-year contract back in 2022, and we was all hopeful. Manchester United fans were thinking, is this the change? The man actually stopped his role at Ajax. He needed to see time out. He decided not to. He cut it short straight away. No holiday. He actually got to Manchester United's last game of the season under Ralph Rangnick and was sat in the stands watching United. This is how dedicated the man was. He was ushered through the door. He's fallen out with Sky reporters instantly, just trying to get into Selhurst Park. And every United fan was thinking, well, yes, indeed. Here we go. We've got a manager here that's really just going to send it. And he's just going to say it as it is. He's going to put his philosophy in to Manchester United. He's going to get his ideas across. He's going to take no messing from the media or anything, because I was there in the first summer he was on pre-season with United. He was straightforward. He was taken aback a bit, but you could see his vision. You could see how he was just shutting people down. Now, has that changed? Has your mind changed about Erik Ten Hag? This is the problem. That 3-year contract now, when you think about it, you're thinking, right, we're safe here. We shouldn't even be discussing this. But this was a time when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got that new deal. I said all along that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have just seen out his contract and left. Don't give him a new deal. It's the worst thing that you can do. Allow him to honour his contract. That's all you need to do. That's all any manager should be doing. Manchester United should be looking at this and going, Erik Ten Hag, good first season. We know that there's already talks going on with Ten Hag about another contract. It has been rumoured, it has been leaked in different media sources. But Erik Ten Hag, I feel right now he's finding that second season syndrome a little bit more difficult than that first one. Third in the league, a trophy, first time in 4 years. It's a good start. Has he got enough in the bank for you? I want to get into your comments on this and obviously get your questions across. Get your points across for and against Erik Ten Hag. Is it the club's fault? Is it the club's fault that these managers get these new long deals? Should we be waiting until the managers actually see out their contract or get to the last 6 months? Let's see how the actual season is going. Or do you feel like the manager needs that stability? He needs stability knowing that his job's safe to actually start planning ahead. Is this the way we should be working it? I didn't know Erik Ten Hag was only on a 3-year contract. His contract ends in the summer of 2025. So that's the season. So that is next season, basically. So at the end of next season, Erik Ten Hag's contract is up at Manchester United. That's the one that he signed. He's got, 18 months left on it now. Going into next year, he's going to be entering the last season, his last year of Manchester United contract. So they're the facts. That's what he's got right now. UK Strange says, I'm sick of Manchester United. I'm from Stockport, supporter for 25 years, and I'm ill because of the club. I'm emotionally drained from the decline. New contract should be agreed months before it's over. He says as well, Gian Oates says, Erik Ten Hag does strange things. and you've gone off my screen. Sorry, my man. Erik Ten Hag does strange things. I find hard to understand. I'm happy for him to get a new contract, but it should just be an extension. We need to clear out, bring in his own players, then we will see. Glazers are still in charge. So it's more of the same, says Paul. That's just a doom and gloom comment, Paul, straight away. Come on. We're talking about on-field stuff tonight, not off-field. Well, a little bit with how United actually work, but we're going to push that aside now. We've done enough about that. Nothing else is broken. We're all in the know. Quick shout out to Mr. Mark Gregg, who is the latest member of the United Vibe crew. Welcome to the United Vibe, my friends. Thank you very much for your contribution. As always, everyone, welcome in the members section. And don't forget, this weekend will be the draw for the retro shirt. So please stay tuned for that one. Ian, no problem at all. Actually, I'll read your other message out there. Stephanie first, though. Stephanie says, deal of death. Contracts mean nothing to managers. It's the players that overstay their welcome, and we can't get rid of them early. No, we can't, Stephanie. We really can't. So you look at Ten Hag's first season at Manchester United. You look at Ten Hag in general over his whole time at Manchester United so far, and his stats actually do add up, don't they? I mean, you only have to look at 80 games in, 51 wins, 64% win ratio. On paper, it looks great. And when you're looking at that, you're thinking, we should be already in negotiations trying to nail down Ten Hag. Someone is going to take us off. He's going to take him away from us. We should be looking at Erik in a way as to like, this man is the future. He's shown enough already. And we need to be giving him more time. And under the new regime, when it does get announced, under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is this going to be Manchester United? Is this the way it's going to be? Are we going to be seeing contracts out till the end? Are we going to be waiting a few months before they finish just to see how the season's going? Because this is what we do. And this is the fine line that you're dealing with in football, isn't it? This is the problem you've got, because I understand the argument of Erik Ten Hag is going to want to feel that sort of security. He wants to feel like he's actually planning ahead. His transfers and his negotiations, hopefully, with the club about bringing new players in for the next season and stuff like that. You want a manager's plans to be thought of way in advance. You need to be planned. And obviously, the manager wants to feel like he's secure. He's not going to be thinking long-term or really into his last season if he feels like it could be his last. Or could that actually force him into having that great season? I mean, it looks like he's trying everything at the moment and the players are letting him down. We know that. But then again, Manchester United have done this before. They have gone early on contracts for managers. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, definitely the most high profile in this case, on this scenario. And literally 6 months later, he's out the door. He's gone, sacked, because it still wasn't working. Have you seen enough from Ten Hag to go, I want him in for another 6 months? I want him in for another year, another 18 months, another 2 years. What sort of deal should Erik Ten Hag be looking at and getting? That's what the question should be. And I do feel like we need a manager that has seen it before, and he's going to be brought into the new as well when Sir Jim Ratcliffe takes over. So for me, I look at it and I go, I'll just want this man in for when Sir Jim comes so he can give across his opinion on certain players. Maybe we will be able to move players around a little bit better under Sir Jim and the new sporting set up at Manchester United. Maybe that's why we need Ten Hag to still be in situ and actually calling the shots within there and letting these players know that they cannot just down tools and out another manager. You're going to have to lump it. You're going to have to listen. You're going to have to try that a little bit harder, because spitting your dummy out doesn't work at this football club anymore. That's where we're at. And I feel like Ten Hag at least needs the rest of this season just to see us into the new era. And then maybe start seeing how next season's going. Get 6 months into it. Work like you're working there for the rest of your life. That should be a staple at Manchester United. Never mind, I can't really concentrate because I don't know what my future lies. I'm in this boat. I understand that side of it, and I can understand why some people would argue against it. But my look on this is, if you've got a contract which is ending at the end of the season, you should be managing Manchester United and these players like you're into another 5 years on. That's what you should be doing. That should be the staple, and that's what every single manager, every club should be doing. And then if you do it well, you get that contract. If the players start down in tools, plans have to change, and another manager comes in. That's what happens. But there is a bigger part of this and why Manchester United need to learn. I'm going to go through this with you guys in a second. But 10 minutes in, I'm going to get through some of your comments just to see where you guys are at. Adam, I saw someone tweeted that Martinez was back training today, but he got deleted. What's the truth? Yeah, Martinez was back at Carrington Training Ground just watching. Yes, that tweet was deleted because that was false. He wasn't training. He's not ready for training yet. We know Martinez is going to be into the new year. He just thought he'd walk over, watch his teammates like that team player that he is. And hopefully Martinez, Leacher, he has a speedy recovery and he's back in that team soon. Obviously, we did the video regarding Shaw about a week ago. That's circulating now. As I told you back then, Luke Shaw would be fit and ready for Everton. Everyone started breaking that news today on social media. We knew that already. That's why we got excited about that video a week ago. Luke is back. Are we going to get Chunkberto? Are we going to get Shawdini or Shawberto Carlos? Which form of Luke Shaw are we going to get back? Please be the Luke Shaw from last year who was banging in goals, assists, and absolutely beast in every defensive position that he played. We need that man back right now. What a boost that is for Erik Ten Hag. But yeah, a few more of your comments. United love throwing money away, says Daz. Oh, 100%, Daz, they do. That's the problem I'm getting at right now. United Spotlight says, I'd wait to the summer. The next month is rough fixture-wise. Yeah, he could be under pressure by January. By the way, I want Ten Hag to stay in charge and be given time. Well put. I think that's fair. I think that's very, very fair, actually, United Spotlight, because that's what it is. It's like, I don't think anything should even be discussed until the end of this season. That's 2 full years, 2 seasons in, and then you've got 1 year to go. Then you need to show that you have got what it takes. 3rd season in, we need to start seeing changes at the start of the 3rd season. We should have seen them this season. And it's really gripes, and it's sort of unforgivable that we're not seeing it, but we know what these players are like. Can the club help him and get some of these players out? But then again, I know what the argument against is as well. He brought in a lot of the players that everyone's complaining about right now. Yes, I know he did. And half of the signings from his first summer look like they could be going out the door by the time that this season's finished. So, yeah, it is an understandable debate, and I do understand both sides of this argument. But what I was going at is, and why we can't necessarily just look at Ten Hag wanting the safety factor of knowing that his contract is in place. And you know why Manchester United are always in this position? Why are Manchester United always stuck in this position of managers coming in and taking over other managers' players and their managers' players and them and back and back and back, all the way back? We've got Sir Alex Ferguson players in this squad. The man retired 10 years ago. 10 years ago! And we've still got Fergie players in this team. Some are saying are our best players so far this season. Johnny Evans, if you didn't know. I'm sure you did. If you're a real United fan, you would know. But that is scandalous. We have got players here that were signed by Louis van Gaal, Sir Alex Ferguson. Thankfully, we are now rid of the David Moyes players. No discredit on Juan Mata either. That was just a panic buy. We have got Jose Mourinho players, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer players, Erik Ten Hag players, all mixed in together. Why is this a problem? Because Manchester United give all of the power to the manager that then takes the role. In terms of transfers, it goes doolally. Manchester United don't have a structure, and this is where it's different right now. I want Ten Hag in place and to be working under a transfer structure, director of footballs and new CEOs, which I'm hoping is going to be Sir Jim Radcliffe coming through. And then Ten Hag has to abide by the philosophy that the football club want to run by. If you want this fast-flowing, pressing football, then that's the way that United have to constantly play. And then when a manager's changed over, it will be that transfer committee and that way that the football club is being run the CEO, the director of football, everything, and the structure of the club will then decide what type of manager comes in next to deal with the players that are already in place. Because let's not get this wrong. Erik Ten Hag is a quality manager. We've seen it. We can see what he can do. He shouldn't even be looking at another contract right now. And that's not me saying Erik Ten Hag needs to go. I'll keep saying that and I'll keep reiterating that fact. He needs to be in situ for this changeover when the structure comes into Manchester United. Hopefully, I'll say that again. Hopefully the structure comes in. That way then we're not worried about managers leaving. We're actually buying players that suit how Manchester United want to play. We have a philosophy about how everyone coming to Manchester United has to be and has to work. And that includes the coaches, the managers, and all of the staff along with the players. That way, transitions from manager to manager aren't as difficult. We have to be playing a certain way. We need to find that Manchester United way and that style of play again. And the manager has to fit that mold. And that's what's important in all of this. This is where United have gone wrong constantly, year after year after year. And this is why we're getting the problems with players right now. A few more of your messages coming through. Shawberto, please, says Daz Salford. Shaw back is massive. Yes, it is, Paul. We need him, says Kaz. Yes, we do. Hope you're doing well, Adam. I am. SRC, I'm loving it. Thanks, mate. Predictions for the next 3 matches. So they're all our 3 nightmare away matches, which is Everton, Galatasaray, and Newcastle. I'm going to go. I think we may struggle against Everton. I think we're going to lose against Everton. I do. Don't ask me. I'll tell you why when we go to the preview stuff before the weekend. I think we may draw against Newcastle. I think we'll draw against Galatasaray and probably be out of the Champions League. Bit doom and gloomish. I love to be proved wrong. And then you will see the real fan in me. And you guys know me. If you follow me and follow me on this channel and my socials, I will always hold my hands up and say I was wrong. I just know this team and I'm worried about this week. I'm worried about this week coming up. I'm so excited to have internationals done and be back. But to answer that question, Fred, petrified, actually, of these games coming up. They scare the living hell out of me. And I just know what type of fixtures these are. A boost for Erik Ten Hag, because one of his supporters, he's one of his supporters too. Yes, that is Luke Shaw. Rajat, how you doing, my man? Hey, Adam, mates. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Yes. Marty MUFC says, hope Radcliffe takes recruitment responsibilities away from Ten Hag. 400 million spent and bang average players by him. This is what I mean. This is the point I'm making. Is Ten Hag a bad coach? Can you see what he's trying to do? I can see what he's trying to do. Take out Ten Hag and the pressure of the transfer window and put a transfer structure in place which gets the players for him. The blueprints are there. Proof is in the pudding. Sadly, it's at our best, our biggest rivals in Liverpool and our local rivals, Manchester City. They're the blueprints and how to run a football club in a modern Premier League. Even Newcastle now have a structure with the new Saudi ownership. So for me, yes, Ten Hag and managers, they're not the be-all and end-all when it comes to players coming in. They may think that player is great. Ten Hag thinks them players are great that are from the Eredivisie, but maybe they're not. When they hit the Premier League, they find it even tougher. So I look at it and I go, take that away from him, build your structure. It's going to take time. It really is. But what I'm hoping they can do, and there is a story in the Mirror about Manchester United actually outing 13 players. Don't read the headline on that one is all I'm saying. When you actually go into it, I'll tell you why. It's not quite all it's hyped up to be, that one. So, yeah, we're not losing half a squad. If you class players that actually contribute to the matchday squad, then, yeah, it changes things up a little bit. Adam, you do a better job than Anthony Martial up top. I would, mate. I would. I think I'd bag a few. I think I would bag a few UK strains. I would. I feel confident. I'm a better defender, but I think I could bag some. I'm tall enough. Target man like that. Yes. A few more of your comments coming in right now. Hope Shaw can actually stay fit as was injury prone before. Has he ever went a season injured or uninjured? You mean there, Michael? I think I wouldn't be renewing his contract. Need players who can stay fit for as long a periods. He's got that contract, mate. Sorry. But no, I want Luke Shaw. I'm happy with Luke Shaw. I am. I feel like a lot of these United players have been let down. We got 14 players injured at the moment. We're top of the injury list in the Premier League. Scandalous what's going on at this football club. What is going on? Is Erik Ten Hag the fault at this on the training ground? Is this something else we need to be bringing in and talking about with Ten Hag and why he shouldn't get a new deal? Is it the fact that, yeah, well, it's great and he's got these great ideas, but we need a team to actually do it? We need actually 11 players on the pitch. I mean, come on, seriously. Guys, loving your contribution as always. Don't forget to hit the like button. We want 100 likes, please. Let's get them in as quick as possible and get this moving along nicely. What we're on right now. Yes, we're a few short, so get them in, guys. Let's get this moving along. We are just coming up to the halfway mark in the video. So, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. If we are tuning in for the first time, we're just bringing it real. And you guys are involved in all of this. Adam, I'm okay with Ten Hag having this season to turn it around, then see. But if he doesn't, then his dreadful signings, mostly lack of style and player fallouts, will be the reason why, says Marty Smith. I understand that totally. Give Garnacho more game time. He's not fully ready yet. Rajat, give him more game time, but he's not ready. I don't understand that one. I think I get where you're coming from with it. I think he does need to be playing a bit more. Looking forward to your post-match reactions, ads. Yes. Hopefully, I'm going to be talking about a United win. Hello from Anfield Agenda. Says Mayonnaise. Hello there. Good to have some Liverpool fans in as well. Hopefully, Liverpool can do everyone a favour this weekend and beat City just to open up that title race. God, we can't be having them just running away with it, can we? Please, no. Medical staff and scouting departments need sacking. Maybe they will be, Paul. Maybe they will. Hi, mate, says Mike MUFC. Hello, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Leacher's back at Carrington. Gabrielle, yes, he's back at Carrington, but he's not training. He's just come along to see the lads. So no football as of yet. So, yeah, City going to beat Liverpool, says Danny. I don't know. It's a hard one to call. Me and Craig are on top of the league doing our Premier League predictions tomorrow at 5, guys. So tune into that one. We have got a bit of a competition with the viewers on that in terms of the prediction league. So tune into that one. Me and Craig will be doing the Everton and United watch along on top of the league as well. And then we're going to fly across and we're going to be live here with you guys and your thoughts after the Everton game. We've got the giveaway as well. So get into that video. That is everything. That one. I feel like it's going to be an emotional day. It really is. I'm going to be absolutely drained on Sunday. I already know it. It's my sister's 40th before. Then coming back, we're doing a watch along, and it's the live reaction after with you guys here on the United Vibe. I just feel like I'm going to be emotionally, mentally drained after that game this weekend. It's going to be a bad one, I think. I'm very confident that we will beat City, says Manis. Does Sancho even want to play football? Surely anyone who did would do whatever it takes to get back on the pitch. To do the thing they love, says Michael Wright. 100%, mate. I totally agree with that. And yeah, you have to question his mentality on that. You really do. It's a disgrace. And obviously he is on that list, that big list of players for leaving Manchester United. I'm actually going to go through what the Mirror was saying. So bear with me on this one. So I'm going to go through the players. So you guys know that it isn't what you think. The headline says 13. So, yeah, he spent hundreds of millions. So let's count through them. So you're looking at Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood, obviously. That's an interesting one, actually, guys. Football reasons only. Mason Greenwood, does he come back into Manchester United? Get your comments in the comment section right now as I go through these other players. Donny van der Beek's an obvious. He has to go. Contributing absolutely nothing. So them first 3 players are contributing nothing to Manchester United right now. Anthony Martial, another player, does absolutely nothing for us. Johnny Evans and Tom Heaton, both out of contract in the summer. You can see where it's going with this. Brendan Williams and Alvaro Fernandez, they're both out on loan right now. They contribute nothing to Manchester United right now. Shola Showtire, Will Fish, Joe Hugel, all youth players, haven't been in the matchday squad this season. So there's another 3. And then they bring in Sofian Amrabat and Sergio Reguilon. I think they copied my video the other day about players out of contract at the end of the season. So, yeah, in terms of headlines and players that are leaving Manchester United, 13, yeah, obvious ones. Probably because there's no contract there and it's running out. That's it. But I want to know about Mason Greenwood with you guys and where you're at with that situation. Having spent a full year, it would have been out in Madrid at Getafe. He's doing all right over there. Would you want him back at Manchester United? Sancho won't leave the house when GTA 6 is released. No, Alex, no. He'll have plenty of game time then, won't he, mate? But for the wrong reasons. Yeah, game time sat on your ass while your team's busting a gut. Oh, Mike, Kim UFC says, how's Alfie's football going? My Alfie just started training with a new club, trying a new position. It's going well. He's second in the league. We've had a few cancellations because the weather's been that bad recently. I don't think he's played for 3 weeks, mate. But cheers for asking, Mike. Really appreciate that. John Hyde says yes to Mason Greenwood. Gio Max says Mason for sure. Mason Greenwood will go back out on loan, says Rajat, in his opinion. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be another tough one. I actually do believe that the Mason Greenwood situation pretty much was what the final nail in the coffin for Richard Arnold was, and how he dealt with that situation. Absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling how that was just, yeah, it was an absolute mess from start to finish, that, and how that was dealt with. And that was down to Arnold and how that was released. So, yeah, looking at that, I'd say, yeah, definitely an easy out for Manchester United. I don't see Greenwood coming back, to be honest. I don't. It's another big wage off the wage bill, along with Martial, Sancho. I mean, on that 30-man list, we didn't have Casemiro or Varane from the Mirror, which was surprising. They're the ones that could bring United probably a little bit of money. Sorry, it wasn't paying attention. Don't worry. It's all right, Jim. There's not many I would want to keep, to be honest. Majority of players are simply not Manchester United players. We have too many average footballers in this team. Just my opinion, says Anthony Wisdom. No, there is many average players in there. There are some good players again. Funny enough, I was watching the Gary Neville interview, Diary of a CEO again from a while back from last season. And the way he just described a lot of United players and the way he described the way the club is and how it's deteriorated, it was bang on the money. Exactly that. But the club have let the people in charge of this club have just let it just drift away. I think there was an article. Where was it? I think it was. Oh no, what was it? Right, it's the MEN. I think was it. I think it was Tyrrell. Was talking about how United have just stood still for a year and everyone's just passed them. It was been a year to the day that the news was announced about new ownership possibly coming in at Manchester United, or the Glazers looking for extra investment into Manchester United, could lead to full sale of the club as well. Can you imagine going back to that moment right now? Can you picture yourself when that news broke and the jubilation and what was going through your mind at that stage? It must have been one of absolute joy. And now a year on, still nowhere near, still no different. We look like we have got something coming just about into Jim Radcliffe. But the fact that it's took a year and Manchester United have just stood still and people have moved, teams have moved further and further away from us, it's an absolute farce. It's an absolute disgrace how a club like Manchester United can let this happen. More bothered about making sure they get the right amount for their buck than actually making sure United stay relevant on the pitch. That's like United in a nutshell. That is everything that United are. Heard we got links to Ram and to Debo, Rajat. That's to Ram from I think it's Nice, isn't it? Not the other Turam. I think he's a young midfielder, Inter. And Tadibo, obviously, we know about. No, them links are links. That's all they are. Nothing concrete, nothing definite. And Tadibo was only going to come in if another United defender left. So let's just stay close to the Varane story, I would say, if anything, this January for movement for United on the incoming side of things for transfers. Manuel says, I'm Erik Ten Hag out as he is part of the problem and not the solution. His priorities in transfers left much to desire. His tactics taking United backwards instead of forward. Well, I feel like he still deserves to see out the second season to see where we're up to. And then I think we can start looking at the reality of what we are with Ten Hag. I wouldn't sack anyone now. I definitely don't want Ten Hag to go. I want him to see out the season at least, and then we can see and assess into his last year of his contract. The club are in a perfect position, and maybe they want to start afresh and bring a manager in that's going to work to their actual philosophy and how we want Manchester United to play. And then there's no excuse because the manager isn't bringing in the players then, is he? It's been brought in properly by a director of football, a full transfer structure, and then the pressure sort of goes off the manager a little bit. This is how the bigger clubs are working it right now. This is how it is. Even Mr. General. All right, Adam, you're looking a bit tired lately. You're usually very positive, mate. Keep it up, lad. Looking a bit tired. I think it's the beard, mate, to be honest. And you know what it is? It's international break. That's all it is. International break. You'll see me bouncing around when the football's back this weekend, mate. Don't you worry. I'll be back on fire this weekend when the real stuff starts. Yeah, I can't wait, honestly. And then, obviously, if we get a bad result, I'll be wishing it was international duty all over again. And we didn't have to worry about United stressing us out and ruining our weekends. How many likes are we at, people? We must be getting close now. We've got to be getting close to the 100 mark. Come on. Yeah, just a few off now, guys. Come on, get hitting that like button, please. Everyone who's in the room right now, let's do it. Legend mate watching from Vancouver, BC. Thank you very much, Adam. Love that. Mount needs to get more playing time as well, says Rajat. Yes. Michael Wright says, the one thing I can't get my head around and never will is Mason Mount being given the number 7 shirts. Is that an issue for him as has been for others? As has been for others? Maybe. Who decided that for him? I mean, yeah, that is a question that only the club can answer, I'm afraid, mate. For me, I feel Mason Mount should have never got the number 7 shirt. I think that shirt should have just waited for someone to actually come through and earn it rather than it just be given away. I'll just retire the bleeding shirt, for God's sake. It's just no one can seem to handle it. It takes a certain player to hold that shirt. Mason Mount, like I said, I did the Mason Mount video. It is on this channel. That whole transfer baffled me. It really did. Because Mason Mount really didn't need to be brought in to this football club. It wasn't the right type of player. It wasn't. Adam, let's do a collab in Manchester in a few weeks. Live stream outside Old Trafford, says Devil's Advocate. Keno, let's see. Let's make something happen, mate. Hit me up when you get over here. He didn't need number 7. 7 in the mud again. Yes. Yes, the greats wear number 7. A lot of people definitely agreeing on that one about Mason Mount. That signing, I mean, the club are trying to defend Ten Hag on this one by saying that they were part of that. That was their whole transfer committee, and we wanted Mason Mount. Like I argued in that video that I did. Mason Mount, if you're going to spend half of your transfer budget, needs to be a first-team player. I don't care. Bruno isn't going anywhere fast, and Mason Mount isn't going to come in and wait 3 years till Bruno leaves or retires or whatever. Bruno's going to be here for a long time still. He's at that age now where no one's really going to buy Bruno because he's into his late 20s. He's going to be here until he's at least 32, I think, Bruno Fernandes. Mason Mount ain't going to wait along. People say Mount was brought in ready for when Bruno was finished. He's a natural Bruno replacement. What makes you think that Bruno Fernandes is going anywhere? He's not. And Mason Mount, I don't think, is as good a player as Bruno Fernandes. Hopefully he gets a chance to show it. But where? It was a pointless signing. And I got nothing against Mason Mount. But I do believe that was on Ten Hag. I do. I'm not letting him off with that one. Adam, do you think the players are struggling with the pressure of replicating the standards and success achieved under Ferguson? Standards of Manchester United, yes, they are struggling. They really are. They've got no leaders on that pitch, and everyone is thinking for themselves. There's no one there who's going to take a player under his wings, it would seem. Everyone is sort of in self-protection mode and not going that extra yard. When you walk out on that pitch, they look like individuals, don't they? You look up to certain players, and there's no one there to look up to at Manchester United right now. Is that on the manager again for the chopping and changing? Changing captains, was that the right thing for Bruno Fernandes? I think it was. I don't think there was anyone else. The fact that Bruno was the only candidate for the captaincy at Manchester United tells you everything you need to know about the leaders and the personalities within that Manchester United squad. It has fallen miles and miles and miles behind, and that for me is the biggest issue. But yeah, I mean, guys, did we get to our 100 likes? I think we must have. Yeah, there we go. We got to our 100 likes. Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you very much. So, guys, come on. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. We started the show talking about Ten Hag. 18 months in, entering the last season of his contract next season. So, 3-year deal. End of this season, he's 2 years in, and he's going to have 1 year left. What are you saying? Do we see out the 3 years and then decide, will a manager be happy with that? Should he then work under a new structure? Or do you feel like new structure, new manager? Let me know in the chat right now, everyone. This is a question from me to you. Do you think that Ten Hag needs to be moved on if there's a new philosophy and style and structure coming into Manchester United? Or will Ten Hag, does he have the temperament? Does he have the minerals? And will he change to actually start working under a new era at Manchester United with a new direction? Simeone, Alex, I don't think so. I just don't think he suits Manchester United and the way we want to play. Like we said before, the United standards and these players falling under it and struggling to adapt to the pressures of playing in a United shirt. Manchester United have always been known to be the attacking, exciting football team. Simeone doesn't play that way. He doesn't play that way, and I don't think he is a Manchester United manager. Adam, I want to see Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Mainu, Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund, Rashford, but also open to Martial or Ahmad on the wing too. Would that be your team then for the weekends? I'm guessing, Marte. Not bad. I'd have Garnacho, Palestra, and Højlund up front. Casemiro, don't forget, mate, he's injured. Martinez is injured. Is that your... Oh, no, it's not your team for weekend. It can't be. Sorry. That will be your team when everyone's fit, I'm guessing. I'm passing judgment till the end of the season, but Ten Hag wasn't my choice when we got him. Daz, let me know who your choice was. Guys, when it was open, here's another question for you. You can have your opinion on Erik Ten Hag and whether you think he deserves another deal. But when Erik Ten Hag was being looked at, was there another manager out there for you that you thought would have been a better fit than Erik Ten Hag? Brian Foskett says Erik Ten Hag 100%. Get Ancelotti, says Tony. Need to judge when Ineos come in, says Rajat. I think he needs help in the transfer market from people that can go look for players for him. Currently, he is just relying on players he knows. Stephen, it's a good point. That, again, goes into what I was talking about in terms of a structure above him and players being brought in that play a certain way. A link between the director of football and a manager and them talking together about what style of play they want to do. You concentrate on the players that you've got, and then we'll deal with everything else about bringing in players to suit that philosophy. There is your remedy. That is what Manchester United should be doing. Adam, it depends on how we finish. We should see out his final year because we can't afford to wait another year of his depressing mess. Oof. UK Strange right in there. Right in on that one. Simeone plays 5 at the back, says Mayonnaise. Yeah, don't want him. Simeone has changed. He plays attractive now. Most goals in La Liga. Nah, not for me. Still, Leopard never changes his spots. It doesn't. Move Erik Ten Hag on for Ram back, Sancho back. I don't like it, but Abramovich, Chelsea model is the way forward. Otherwise, we fall further behind. Chopping and changing managers doesn't work for United, though, Dave, does it? We know it doesn't. We've seen how many we got. We just go further and further behind. McKenna, Alex, shut up. No, not a chance in hell. Erik Ten Hag needs a new assistant manager. Does there? Someone to tell him? I think Erik Ten Hag needs a director of football. That's what he needs. Can't go getting rid of Erik Ten Hag this soon. It's ridiculous, says Stu. No, definitely see this season out anyway and see where we're at. If we fall miles behind, then we are in trouble. How about Flick or Nagelsmann? No, Nagelsmann now in Germany. Hansi Flick again. I don't know, honestly. I'm struggling for new managers coming into Manchester United. I mean, Ancelotti, I think, has got the capabilities. I think Zidane would demand respect as well. Big names, but yeah, I mean, both used to managing the very best. So was Mourinho, and that didn't work for us. But I feel like there'd be no egos in the changing rooms anyway if we had Zidane or Ancelotti in. I don't think they'd allow it. I think they're obviously bigger egos than anyone. And if you've got someone like that coming in with that stature, then you quite clearly no one's going to be questioning that manager. I mean, no one's even going to dare sort of come up and say, what have you won? Or even question his history within the game. I mean, he's played the game. He's managed. He's played and won. They've both played and won everything as a player and won everything as a manager. Is that the type of manager that Manchester United needs? Someone who's done it on the pitch and off the pitch that no one can argue with or no one can be disappointed in terms of them coming into the football club. Let me just see what else is going on in the chat here. Agreed. Judge him at the end of the season. We've got plenty of time to turn things around, says Stu. Didn't Van der Gaag get asked to go back to Ajax? Yes, he did. Ajax are in the mud right now. Not many people are talking about how bad Ajax have been since Ten Hag has left. So, yeah, maybe that's something else we should really be discussing in this show. If he gets a new contract, it means the management are behind the manager, not the players. There is point in that comment, Joseph. I think there is. I think you can say that the players are screwed, basically, if Ten Hag gets a new contract. Or will they completely back out on it? Like, again, they have done before. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got a new one, and then 6 months later, out the door. Another big payoff for Manchester United. It is crazy how much money this club has forked out in compensation for managers. Unbelievable. Get Mark Robbins. Inch is doing well with Coventry. Not too bad at all. He's not. Erik Ten Hag will turn it around. No need for new manager at the moment, says UK Strange. I think he's got enough in the bank to give him this season out and then maybe the third season. He is doing bits, and he has been the first manager to really go against the player power situation at Manchester United. So maybe we need to give him time on that. The issue is, it's like every game day comes around and Manchester United play shocking football. And I'm stood here and I'm going, what the hell are you doing? And he makes me question him just by the way that we play. Can we go through a season? I mean, you only have to look at my match day vlogs like this season alone. And basically, it's me falling asleep. We don't score more than one goal. We've not beaten a team by more than one goal all season in the league. Champions League, we've done it once in the Carabao Cup, and we're out of that now anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that was a half-hearted Crystal Palace effort. And then they came back the week later and still beat us in the league. Yeah, it's sad. And this is what he does to you. It's like, it's all right talking about it now. We've had 2 weeks off, and I'm looking at it logically. But then as soon as you watch the football and your eye test switches back on and takes all the stats and everything else out of it, and you actually look at what's going on the pitch, you go, what the hell is he doing? This is when you start to question Erik Ten Hag and you go, seriously, mate, like, what the hell is going on this pitch right now? There's no excuse. And I've gone in on him. How many times have I gone in on him? Numerous times. We've got our honest Tiger giving up a gifted membership again. We got over the 100 like mark and he always comes through for us. Grab that now if you want, guys. You're in the draw, then hopefully If you see the community post on my channel, just scroll across. The community post is there for all members to enter the competition for the United away shirt, the retro shirt, which is this one right there, guys. That is what's coming your way. You could be drawn out this Sunday in the live reaction after the Everton game on this channel. That shirt will be sent to your address. I will be wearing that shirt for the game just to show it off for you guys and show you exactly what it looks like. Because it is, like I said, my favorite shirt. I love that shirt, and you guys deserve one as well. It's a beauty, Rory. It really is. If we win at weekend, 5 wins in 6, says Mike. Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought that? 5 in 6 for United. We're already the form team in the league. Anyway, we've got nothing to worry about, have we? Yes. Chris said it was better on United stand. No, Chris, it wasn't. You have no idea what happened, mate. Thanks for your chat, pal. But don't talk silly. I wasn't. This community is miles better for me. Let's see a few more. Erik Ten Hag, all the way. These players will turn against even Pep Guardiola. We have to stand firmly by the manager. It's those players who are on the pitch, not him, says Dr. J.K. Adife. Yeah, that is a good point. The players have thrown him under the bus. Let me just see now. Let me see. Appearance at FC United game and do a video. All anti-Glazer fans still going strong 17 years later, says Jason Moss. Yeah, I mean, my mum actually lives around the corner from the FC United ground in Moston there. Not far at all. Should try and get across and see a game. I should try and get across to see Salford game as well. That's around the corner as well. Just too busy talking to you guys. I think that's what it is. Give it time. Hopefully get a structure above him. I think he is playing the players to cover injuries and show the board how crap we are. Possibly that was the end of that sentence. Keep doing your excellent content, Adam Matic. Always, Stephen. Never going to stop, pal. Never going to stop. For some reason, you kind of sound like Craig. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm always watching Anfield Agenda on top of the league, says Mayonnaise. Yes, I was born in 1988, says UK Strains. I don't know if you're talking to someone else there or if it's just me. Let me just see now. I was born in 1981, by the way. Yep, old fart. That is me. That is me. COVID was late. Yes, it was. The chat on this channel during COVID was elite. If you know, you know. Get out if you think different. Mike's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. Adam, do you, my friend? I'm good, Paul. Don't worry. Cheers for all them big ups as well, people. Absolutely loving the support. And yeah, guys, we are sort of coming to the end of the stream. It's been brilliant to have you all along again, as always. Great input into the show again, guys. So I was just reading through a few more messages there. Yes, and we are getting ever closer. But yes, to break it down, to finish up the show, it is all about Manchester United and how they are run. Should Erik Ten Hag get a contract? I don't feel yet, but I don't want him to go yet either. I want him to see out his contract, and then we'll have a look at everything. And I think things are going to change at United. I really do. But the main reason I wanted to talk about is because we know what's coming up. We're getting to that dicey sort of stage where United usually do a bit of a panic and then go and give the manager a new contract. So, yeah, I just say wait off. Let's see if there is real change here, and let's see if he can do a little bit more. Adam, if we lose against Everton, then what? Please answer, says the Missimus. Is that Decimus? Sorry. That's me being my dyslexia again, mate. Sorry. But yeah, if we lose to Everton, then questions are going to be asked because we then head into Champions League. Galatasaray, we're struggling, aren't we? We really are in that game. Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to be watching that game going. I'm in my head right now when I've just said what I think was going to happen this next week. Everton, Galatasaray, Newcastle away. It is a nightmare for Manchester United. That it really is, God knows what's coming. I'm going to talk about the games coming up and that week ahead in more detail over the next couple of days in the build up to this weekend, guys. So tune in for that. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning into the show. It's been a ball. I love you all. Like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you are watching for the first time. Back tomorrow, like I said, on top of the league and on here. And then we're pretty much home and hose. Then we're talking Ten Hag press conferences. We're talking what team we can actually put out on the pitch against Everton. And yeah, proper football talk. Come on. All right, guys. I will see you later. Have a good one. And I will see you all tomorrow.